YouTube? I am your host, Mediocre tutorials and reviews. Back in here with one more video. Guys, you already know what time it is, and today we must get active. Video that I have for you guys here today, Iyanla Vanzant says, Black women are still out of order. Now, we have to go in and we have to get active on this particular topic. Now, as you guys already know, I have ordained Iyanla as maternal grandmother of the channel. And I think that's for good cause. I think that's for good reason. She is truly a gem within media. The things that I've seen her be able to speak about, especially from a community, a Black community perspective, it's so important to have a voice like hers. You understand me? So I think that we have to go in and we must get active. Without further ado.
Back in 2013, I interviewed you when I worked with Madame Noir. Okay. And we had, a viral moment. We talked about Black women and boundaries. And you said we were out of order.
We're still out of order.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, you're not even going to let me set up the question. You said, well, tell me, you said if we understood who we were, we would not let other people define us and confine us. And that you said we're demeaned, diminished, demoralizing ways we accommodate. Tell us why you say we're so out of order.
I think now because we get paid to be out of order now.
Oh.
Okay.
Big facts.
Some of the images that we allowed to be portrayed of us, some of the ways that we behave and treat each other publicly.
Oh.
Yeah.
And we've made a lot of progress. I want to look at the sweet spots also. I mean, we've got a woman of color in the White House. Yeah. We've got women of color in Congress, everywhere. I think on the personal level, down on the ground, we still need to do some work. And I don't blame us. Mm-hmm. I just say that the way we've been conditioned and programmed and educated doesn't afford us the ability to really tap into and live fully who we are.
Bars! Oh, y'all see why she's maternal grandmother of the channel now, right? If you didn't know, now you know, all right? She said 3 things there that I want to tap back into. What did she say? The first thing, when the interview happened back in 2013, I guess it was with the young lady in Madame Noir, she said first is because we do not know ourselves. The third thing that she just said in here that I actually wanted to tap into, I'll wrap it up here in a second, is there's a media engine put in place. And what this has done is it's gotten people the bad information on how that they should live their lives. So if you, A, do not know who you are, you don't take the time to do the introspection, and then B, you have information out there on how it is that you should live your life, it will only lead you astray. The most healed out of all of us, both man and woman, are those that are able to identify who they are and what they want outside of the contrived societal norms that are placed in front of our eyes. Now, the other thing that she brought up, so the second thing that I wanted to talk about is that she said, why are we still out of control, out of order? Because we are paid for it, which goes into the media engine because it's done for money. We talked about on this channel before that women are way more marketed to. So there is images and products that are pushed in front of their eyes that shape the American culture that we live in. That's what happens when you get a combination of a capitalistic society and a free speech society. All right? Because regardless of the morality of a product, as long as it is legal, you can put it up on the free market, and they can sell ideas which have nothing to do with the joy and or happiness long-term of that person. Yeah, it could have some short-term feel-good feelings within it. Yeah, feminism at first level, at least the third and the fourth wave feels good on a short-term perspective. Yeah, sure, the sexual liberation movement and a short-term perspective feels good, no pun intended, in the short term. But from a long-term perspective, is it really beneficial? Iyanla was cooking. Let's move on.
And then we engage in bad behavior. Just bad behavior.
She sound like me.
Now, what
Bad
you said
behavior.
at the time, I think you said something about Boo Boo with no paycheck, dealing with him crying and running by.
You know, and you know, this is hard. It's hard because it's I love us.
She's fighting the engine.
And so I want to fully step into my role as an elder and be able to say things that you may not like, but you will at least respect.
Oh.
And the way we are moving in the world, it's time for us to close our legs. Close your legs, open your heart, and let's get clear before we keep making the same mistakes over and over and over. Because the men are they're you know, they're trying to get themselves together.
We are.
And we are so far ahead of them, but we don't really occupy that space.
Close your legs. I just talked about the sexual liberation movement. We're all based off of the choices and decisions that we make in our lives. All right? All of us, man and woman, all of us. If you make a decision early in your life, which gets you knocked up because you didn't wrap it up or you didn't choose to close your legs, and then you get later in life and expect to be afforded all of the relationship or dating opportunities as you were younger in your life, you have made a decision which negates that. What Ayanla is doing right here is pushing pure accountability. Here's what I fear. Because she called it out. She said, as I step into my role as an elder, and I think that it's appropriate for her to say that and appropriate to do, especially being amongst syndicated networks. I think that it's appropriate. I think that it's powerful and she can be impactful. However, she is an elder. I talk to you guys all day is that it's important that to have a message proliferate into the hearts and the minds of the folk that are intended for that message, it is best that that messenger resembles the messengee. Is that a word? Whatever. You know what I mean. The receiver of the message. It's very important because if not, it could be taken as a confrontation. It could be taken as in us versus them. Okay? She is an elder. So I say this to say that it's important that she does this. But how many times will it fall on deaf ears? Because she doesn't resemble from an age perspective of the audience who can benefit most from this. You understand what I'm saying? From my side of YouTube, I'm stepping into the role of a degree of holding us accountable. You guys already know that. And I try to lead my life by example and show receipts to improve y'all. The women in my same age bracket and or category speaking into the same audience, y'all need to do the same. Y'all need to hold y'all need to hold women just as accountable as y'all hold men accountable. You understand me? It needs to happen. All right? Let's keep going. The maternal grandmother was cooking.
And so we keep getting in these transient relationships, bringing children in when we're unprepared, they're unprepared. The number of children in foster care, the number of children in just difficult situations.
It's ridiculous.
And I know what it's like to start out and think everything's going to go well. Yeah. And then a year, 2 years in, you're like, okay, what happened? So we've got to be a little more prepared on the front end, so we don't have such difficulty on the black end, on the black back end.
Right.
And you know, I say that because I love us and I love children, and I just want us to do better and be better.
Well,
She so many important things that she said. She said, I say it because I love us. I don't think that you can step into these roles, right, of all of the detractors that talk all of the shit, all the people that try to bring you down, unless there is not a genuine love there, unless it's not a genuine love of promoting well-being and unity. Because it's a very difficult thing to do, especially when you attract detractors to whatever it is of the platform that you are trying to create. I know there's a lot of you guys that's not in there like, of course, what she's saying makes sense. I still bet you there's people down in there. I'll go look at the comment box right now. There's people still down in there and it's just like, man, she don't know what she's talking about, this, that, and the third. I'll go over there in a quick second and we'll take a quick look. But I think that it is important to be able to talk about. What she also said that was impactful is, I know what it's like to start out and to think everything is going to be okay. And I think that to a degree, when you faced a particular strife within your life, if you have good people around you, or at least want the best for you, that can be generally what you hear. And no one is ready, willing, and able to give you a dose of the reality of what could come, especially based off of a decision that you make where there's no backseat, right? But I think that it's important to highlight when these things can happen and how much it could put not only yourself, but your community at risk. Because what does she say? There's too many kids that's in foster homes. There's just way too many that don't have a single parent household, a 0-parent household, because they're growing up under the care of folks that are not their parents. Like the analogy that I think about is like if you start like a 100-meter foot race, boom, the gun goes off. And then the race starts. But then there's participants of the race that can't start until 4 seconds into the race. By that time, there's only 6 seconds left until the race is even finished. You understand what I'm saying? So it starts people within the community so much farther back, and there's so much larger of a hill to climb because of the choice and decision that you made. She's speaking to black women right now, but also to my black dudes. Wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up. Trust and believe you can set your life back significantly if it happens to you before you are ready, before your life has the foundation strong enough to prepare to take care of. You understand what I'm saying? Let's get back down into the comments real quick, because I also wanted to see what was the general sentiment of what was going on. Let's go take a quick look. Let me see. Mother is telling truth, but some aren't ready to hear it. Facts. Let me see. Not present in your own life equals toxic life. Beyond facts. If you're not present, if you just live by the matrix, right? If you just live by whatever society is telling you to do, it's going to equate to a toxic life time and time again. All right. Time and time again. Let me see. Anything else down in here? Absolutely. The babies in foster care. A change must come. Ayanla, we need you. Your courage is infectious and necessary. Oftentimes, we don't own our stuff, but that's the first ladder of healing. Yeah. So I forgot to mention that as well. She's actually on here doing an interview after she made it known that her show was going off the air. Ayanla Fix My Life. And I completely and totally agree with this one right here. Her voice, along with her reach, is unequivocal. Last one I'm going to go over right here. Her delivery is just as toxic as the people she tries to heal. At the end of the day, this is what I'm telling you guys. All right. I think that if you hear talk of accountability, there's the non-accountable of us that's going to equate to what this is. All right. There was nothing toxic about what she said. She did it she picked her words very cautiously, and she did it in a very respectful manner. Close your legs. If that's toxic to you, then you might be the issue. Questions, comments, concerns, y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Guys, feel free to hit me up. This was sent to me on my Instagram. Guys, continue to send me awesome-ish. You understand me? Shout out again to Ayanla. Hopefully in your retirement, you will still carry the torch. All right? This lady right here, here's the thing, is that they get triggered off of this when the words that Ayanla is saying is referring directly to her. That's exactly why she responds like this. Hit dog. Well, holla. You understand what I'm saying? Until next time, YouTube.